down. Back
We are
again,
on. We
Duvaldo.
are live. We are live, and we are live. Yeah.
Um,
So we've got
Duval.
yeah,
What are we? 3, 4. Shit.
347. 347. What's that film with Wesley Snipes? Is it Passenger 50?
57.
Oh, 57. That's it. Okay. I always
Always,
get mixed up.
always bet on
Bet on
black.
black.
Love that line. It's so funny. That is.
Always bet on black.
Black. And listen, man, he comes up with the best killer lines. The one from
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Brothers are still trying to ice skate uphill.
And he no. The one where he looks into the camera when he says, "And they never will."
Yeah. Oh, there never will be another Blade, innit? And it's funny. I wonder if they knew at that time
Something.
that was the case, because so far they're right. There is no other Blade.
Mate, that was announced years ago.
Yep, 2019, Mahershala Ali was announced, and still no Blade. That's mad.
Man, the guy, he's
Mad.
getting like late 50s. This guy is like moving
The
on a
film was
bit,
supposed
man.
to be out. The film was
Yeah.
meant to be out by now.
They should be talking about the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jeez.
Crazy.
All right, okay. So we digress just a little bit, folks. So thank you for downloading episode 347. This is another episode for you. So stick around for the next 45 minutes. Movie news, streaming, trailers, and we've got a review that we want to speak about, and obviously anniversary corner as well. But before that, Duval, please take it away.
Yes, we've got a few shout outs this week. First shout out goes to Ambi Urjla. We haven't heard from him in a while. Hello, Ambi.
Man.
How are you
Ambi,
doing?
Ambi Pure, we haven't heard for a while.
But so she shouted us out on YouTube, actually. So we posted a few videos on YouTube. I think we posted together. We also posted weapons as well.
Yeah, man.
So she gave us a shout out on there just to say, hey, love the movie, love the. Let me actually say what she said. She said, "Why do people? Why do this? This is for together. This is for together. So why do people always go on dodgy hikes?
Trust me.
Like when you don't know, you've got a big house and you want to leave the big house and basically go away on a big hike, and then that's where the movie." That's where shit happens. That's where the horror starts, you know. So
I know it's so true. It's so true. But I mean, it's like one of those things. Without that, then we don't have a movie.
True. So it needs that to happen. But it's true. Like in real life, that doesn't happen, does it? Like
No.
Usually sense kicks in, but then at the same time, some people don't have sense. So that's where in real life, real shit happens. And so yes, Ambi Ujla. You're right.
100%. You're right. Who else we shouting out?
Yeah, next shout out goes to Zakharov. So 2 shout outs for Zakharov. One is that a few weeks ago now, actually, he sent us another hidden gem. He's a hidden gem king. Hidden gem called Good Boy.
Yep.
And Good Boy is a really, really interesting horror film, where a dog can actually see ghosts and stuff like that. Sense evil. And the whole film, well, I think it might be the whole film, or most of the film.
Most of the film is
through the perspective of the dog. So you're seeing things through the dog's eyes, and you're seeing what the dog's seeing, and all that sort of thing. And just imagine the humans are not seeing what the dog's seeing. So the dog's there, like barking, that sort of thing over there, and the humans are like, "Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Fred? What's wrong with you, Fred? Fred, what's wrong?"
And Fred's trying to tell us to get the hell out of the house.
Exactly, which is what dogs do. So
yes.
Yeah, so big shout out to Zakharov for pointing that out. Also, he mentioned he caught us out last week when we said that Dave Franco directed The Guest. It was Adam Wingard. Adam Wingard directed The Guest. He also directed the most recent Godzilla, I think it was as well. Godzilla.
Oh yes, yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah. So yeah.
We stand corrected.
And then the last shout out goes to Dark Skin Women. So go check out that page. It's a great page on Instagram.
Yeah.
Dark Skin Women celebrates dark skin women
Deval and I
who,
have spent many a time on that.
supporting that
So
page,
exactly,
as we should
that's what I
do,
meant. As we should.
supporting.
Yes.
And yes, historically, dark skinned women have not been celebrated the same or equally,
Mm,
or even as closely as lighter skinned women. We know there's a big thing with colorism in
yeah.
lots of sections of the community, and dark skinned women really celebrates dark skinned women. So go check them out. They go to a bit of a big up on their page. So
Love it.
thank you to them. Go check them out. Go like and follow them as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brilliant page. Just on that, Deval, did you hear about this kind of? This has been in the news. I'm not sure if it was over there, but you know that actress Sydney Sweeney,
Oh yeah.
blonde,
Yeah.
blue-eyed.
She's
Obviously,
got good genes.
she's got exact. I was just about to say. And did you see the backlash?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's mad.
it's
I
mad,
mean,
crazy.
there's going to be a backlash with everything, and that's something that
Everything.
we're gonna talk about in Eddington in our
Mm,
main film. How society responds to things now compared to how they used to be,
yeah.
how they used to respond. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit over the top, but
Mm,
people are going to respond. The internet is there to make to people to make content like we're making, to get
yep.
clicks and all sorts. So it's always going to be a bit
It's
massive
always
now.
going to be
So
a bit of that going on. All right,
yeah.
okay, let's get into movie news. Thanks for doing the shout outs over there. Now, listen, I can't remember if I asked you this all. I mean, look, we reviewed Suicide Squad, we reviewed the Harley Quinn and the Fantabulous something. I can't remember, Devaldo. Where did we stand on that? We said that she's a good Harley Quinn. You know, she's a great actor. She's brilliant. Whatever she does, usually she smashes it out the park.
Yeah.
And what do we reckon about her coming back? Like, is there a chance for her to come back to James Gunn's DCU?
Yeah, so yeah, we first saw her in was it 2016 Suicide Squad. We saw her in
Mm.
the Suicide Squad as well. Then we
Oh,
saw
there
her
was
in
three.
the first it was the Suicide Squad. Then it was Birds of Prey and the
That was it.
Fantabulous and Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Then it was the Suicide Squad, which obviously is James Gunn. And now she's been talking about some bits and bobs. And now she was saying that somebody asked her, "Are you going to be in the new James Gunn
Mm.
DCU?" And she just said cleverly,
Cryptic.
let's see what happens further down the line.
Mm.
Yeah. Or all no, she said all will be revealed further down the line. That's what she said. So it sounds like
Maybe.
maybe it sounds like the door is open, but also it sounds like it might not. So we just don't know. She
Mm.
didn't say no. She didn't say yes for sure. I think there's space for her to still remain in that world because we saw her in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
because of that, I think there's still space for her to be around. So
And that's where we were introduced to Peacemaker.
yes, exactly. So
And then he got his show, and then
mhm,
now season 2 is going on, which Deval's going to
yeah,
speak about in a little bit.
yeah.
So that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, look, where did I don't know, where did we land on the Birds of Prey? Was kind of
Yeah, it was
okay-ish.
okay-ish. It was okay-ish. It was a bit. I don't know. It was yeah. It wasn't rubbish, but I think
No,
the villain for me didn't really do it
Ewan
as much.
McGregor, I think it was.
Yeah, it didn't really do it as much for me, but it was okay. It was okay. It came out in 2020, so there was a lot of films weren't really
Mm,
that the audience wasn't really ready for them at that time.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Right. We'll see what happens with that one and we'll keep you posted. Now let's move on. Now, Kobe Bryant movie in the works, Deval. So tell us about this. Who will they have like to direct? Who will they have to star? Because this is going to be
That's a
something major.
really, really good question. That's a
Mm,
really, really good question, and I don't know.
mm,
I'm trying to think who could star as him in a film, or are they going to try and do something smart? And
smart.
remember the Michael Jordan film that came out with
Yes.
Viola Davis, Matt Damon, and
The
Ben Affleck.
Air, it was called.
Yeah, we never saw his face, did we?
Interesting.
We didn't see his face. So yeah, this is going to be, from what I understand, this is going to be similar in it tells us the tale of his, his early years and how
Mm,
he became who he became, and lots of people behind the scenes and so on. So I understand it's going to have an air of air, if I can say that, and also it's going to have a bit of an air of Moneyball. So it's going to have, I think, a lot of agents are going to be involved, and all the publicists and all the other people that, the people that are behind the scenes that sort of make the money sort of happen, that
Yeah.
sign the deals and do the contracts, and the agents and the scouts and all these people that are involved in the player. I think that's what we're going to see a lot of in this Kobe Bryant
Yeah.
movie. So I don't know if we're actually going to see in the basketball, to be honest. I don't know. I do not know. But either way, it's going to be interesting because
It will.
he's one of the greats, isn't it?
Exactly. He's up there like in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder like who do you bring on? Like who's really been good at doing biopics? Like which director is really good? Have we seen a decent biopic recently? There was the Queen one, and then there was the Elton John. He's still alive, but I know
Mm.
there was a Queen one. There was an Elton John one. Um, I don't know. Doing biopics, man, it's really kind of
Yeah.
it's
It's
hard to get that line because you wouldn't like obviously you got to treat the subject with respect because obviously he's passed
yes.
away.
Yeah.
And then I always feel like as if I want to get to the nitty gritty of a person, like were they the good and the bad,
Mm. Mm.
you know?
Yeah. So
And that was the kind of the thing with the Queen documentary biopic was
mm.
it was all the good stuff
Mm. Mm.
and never and not the bad stuff, which we know is out there. If you read about it, there was a lot of stuff that went on and like which we never got to hear about or see about. So yeah, but it all depends on the estate, right, Deval?
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably why sometimes you don't get to see as much of the sort of, the sort of bad stuff that happens because they don't want the image to be tarnished, and the estate
Exactly.
may have final say on what actually comes out. So that could be the
Interesting.
case here. Who knows? So
Exactly. Yeah, we'll keep an
time will
eye on that
tell.
one. Yeah, time will tell. We'll keep an eye on that one, and we'll speak about it later on down the line. All right, let's do new on streaming now. Kind of already mentioned this before. Peacemaker season 2 is out, and from what I'm hearing, Deval, there's some interesting and really really good stuff going on in this only one episode. Now, I'm surprised they only did the one episode because with Alien Earth, we got 2 episodes straight up.
Mm,
In other big shows, in a lot of the kind of Star Wars stuff, we get 2 episodes,
yeah,
they straight
yeah.
up, but they've just gone for 1. Now, break it down. Is it more of the same? Is it better? Is
Yes,
it,
yes. It's more of the same. It kind of follows on from the events of the first season. His dad, who was a villain, and other people.
the White Wolf
Uh,
on it or something?
yeah, that's it. The White Wolf and stuff. So he's got his team around him as well, but the team are kind of still trying to find themselves after what happened the last season. Uh, also, Peacemaker, he wants to join up with the Justice Gang.
Oh
Yeah, so
shit! Which
there's a. I
we
think you've seen
let
the trailer. We just
yeah
saw the Justice
yeah
Gang
yeah yeah. Let them
in.
know. Let our audience know what because they might not have seen Superman.
Yeah, so in the recent Superman, the Justice Gang are in that. When I say gangs, there's 3 of them. So you got Hal Gardner. Is that Hal Gardner?
Yes.
Hal Gardner, I think it's no, is it? Yeah, Hal
Yeah.
something. The Green Lantern. I think it's Hal Gardner.
Guy Gardner,
Guy Gardner. It's a mix.
because it's Hal Jordan is the other one,
Hal Jordan.
and James Stewart is the other one.
Oh my gosh, John Stewart.
Sorry,
Is it?
John Stewart. Oh my
We're
god.
both doing it. So you got Green Lantern, and you got a Hawk Girl,
Yeah.
and also Mr. Terrific. That's in Superman. They're the Justice Gang. So in Peacemaker season 2, he wants to join the Justice Gang. He wants to be part of a bigger team, an established team, and he goes for an interview with them, and they cuss him. They're using like a 2-way screen. Well, yeah, two-way screen. They've got
Yeah.
like a mic. So they're talking behind the screen. They mute it, and they're cussing him, but he can hear. So it just yeah, it's not nice.
That's brilliant. That's
But
brilliant.
you've seen a bit of this in the trailer. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and for me, in the Superman movie, Justice Gang, they were one of the best bits.
Yes, which is James Gunn's lane for me.
Yeah.
That's what he's good at, and this is what we see in this Peacemaker. It's written and directed by James Gunn in it. Frank Grillo also turns up in it as Rick Flag's dad,
Oh.
who Peacemaker killed in the Suicide Squad. So that's
At
that
the end of
connection
that,
there.
yeah.
But there's a scene in this episode which you need to see.
Oh, bloody. What, gory?
It is an orgy scene. Yeah,
Serious.
it's an orgy scene.
And what you see tits, bum, everything. Okay. And then some.
You see, I was shocked because it came out of nowhere. It
Yeah.
came just quick like that. You see everything: willies,
Oh,
fannies, tits. It's like a porno. It's like a
I
porno.
gotta watch
The
this.
only
I'm
thing
watching
you
this
don't
tonight.
see is actual.
Penetration.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's like a scene out of Spartacus. It's like a scene out of Game of Thrones, like but more. And then it's mad,
I gotta
mad.
watch it.
Mad, 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 mad. So it's shocking, yeah. But
Yeah.
HBO does that sort of thing, isn't it?
Mate,
HBO
they got it.
Max, yeah.
And you know what? I'm so glad because remember when remember we knew about when we were watching kind of season 1
Mm,
of Peacemaker. It was like it's sweary, it's violent,
mm,
and that was the stuff that we liked, right? Because we'd seen it in The Boys, we'd seen it in Invincible, like this kind of thing, and it was almost like the MCU is kind of the
mm,
light-hearted stuff,
yeah.
and then the kind of the Peacemaker and the that was all kind of HBO stuff was going to be the
Mm,
real,
mm,
you know,
mm, mm.
bloody. So I'm so glad that they stuck with it this time.
Yeah, it's crazy. You got to watch it.
I
Watch
am.
it. Yeah,
I'm
it's
definitely
lovely
watching
stuff.
that. All right, so go check that out, folks. That is on HBO, and that's Peacemaker season 2. Now, the other thing that's out, which is on Disney Plus, I haven't actually got down to watching this, but I've seen the trailer for it and everything. This is the Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox. So this is based on a real true story about this American. She was an exchange student in Italy,
Mm,
and then living in an apartment over there, and her and her boyfriend are accused of murdering their other flatmate or another person who lives in there. And then there was a whole massive trial. This was huge news even in the UK.
mm.
And then she gets sent to prison along with the boyfriend, but then there was a retrial and then she gets acquitted. So I'm assuming, Deval, this is going to be that breakdown of that whole story.
Exactly that. Exactly that. And this is the eight episode drama.
Right.
Originally, Margaret, I never say her surname, Margaret Qualley.
Oh,
She
Margaret
was originally,
Qualley,
she was
The
originally going to be
Substance.
Amanda Knox, from the Substance, but she dropped that because of scheduling conflicts. But this is
Mm,
supposed to be good, and this is supposed to obviously depict what happened, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, Amanda Knox, don't want to spoil it for everyone, but
mm,
there's a lot's come out since the incident. So
for
a lot
sure.
of what she's sort of said, I think, has been put into this drama. So you're going to get a lot of the sort of her point of view as to
Mm,
how she felt and what she experienced during that time. I think this happened during I want to say the mid 2000s.
yes.
I want to say, if I'm getting
It
that
was.
right, around the mid 2000s, somewhere around there. I think
Yeah.
2008 or 9 or something like that. Maybe slightly earlier actually.
Mm.
But yeah. So this is on Disney Plus. So really good drama to go check out. Really. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Go check it out, folks. And if you do watch any of these shows and movies, tag us,
Mm,
at the Flixters. Let us know you're watching this stuff. And you know what? Drop us a line, message us, and let us know, if you're seeing
mm.
these things and, you want to speak about it to us, and we'll definitely kind of engage. All right, let's do trailers, Deval. And we've got a few that we need to get through now. Beauty and the Bester. Tell us about this.
If I can remember about it,
Mate, I'm thinking I'm pretty sure I seen Black Rabbit, but I don't even remember Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit. Oh, that's another one, isn't it?
Mm,
Beauty and the Bester. Let me see if I can remember this because sometimes it's true. I got to remember because I watched these trailers
mm,
and I watched them during the week,
yeah,
and
trust me, I
it
know.
comes to the show, and I'm like, what was that again? Beauty, Beauty and the Bester. Gordon Bennett. Can I find it in time to actually? Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, because it's not
I
even coming up
rem-
for me.
yes, this one is yes, Beauty and the Bester. Oh yes, I remember now.
Google's just Google's just
Yes,
saying to me, "Are you
yes,
sure you
yes.
don't mean Beauty and the Beast?"
No, that's what it's going to do. This Beauty and the Bester, I watched a, so I watch a lot of true crime, and
Mm.
I watched a documentary about this one a while ago,
Oh, this
and
is on
this is
Netflix.
about a person who was a murderer. I think he was a rapist as well.
Oh
Am I getting that
gosh.
right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, not you, but obviously our listeners. He was a murderer, rapist, definite criminal,
Yeah.
and he basically he was the beast or the beast, the bester, and
Mm.
he basically got put in prison. And you know, sometimes these murderers, I don't know what it is, they get fans while they're in prison.
Oh man,
They get these groupies in prison. So he
trust me.
basically got a lady who fell for him, and
Mm.
she was a up and coming like doctor. She was like a medical person. She was
Mm.
like a sort of like a in social media doctor kind of person. So she was well known.
Yeah.
She fell for him,
Oh
and then she
gosh.
basically helped him get out of prison and go on a run. This happened
Oh
in South
my
Africa. Yeah,
lord.
crazy, crazy. So this is a documentary that's going to come on. I think it's Netflix. I want to say Netflix. I could be wrong. It
Mm.
most likely is. Yeah, it is Netflix. Yeah. So this one's looking crazy. This
Yeah,
one, you got to watch it to believe it. You're not going to
I
believe it
know.
at all. It's crazy. Yeah,
You know
crazy.
what? There's one I haven't put it on there, but there was a documentary that I saw maybe a couple of weeks ago, and about this. Maybe I can't even remember it. You know, and what I want to say is that Netflix, they have coined this little market of these true life crime
Yeah,
stories.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
really good at it. And this one that I watched, it was only a 3-parter. It wasn't like really really long, but that was an engrossing one about this couple. They
Mm,
go on a road trip around America, and he was like kind of the beautiful, the amazing kind of like, partner, boyfriend and everything, but then behind all of that lurked the
mm,
beast as well,
mm,
and it
mm,
ends in tragedy. But yeah, man, this
mm.
sounds great as well. Beauty and the Bester.
Crazy. Yeah, and some people think, oh, it's only certain people that can be, manipulated or can
Anyone
fall for
can.
people. Anyone can. Yeah, she was a doctor. Had gone through, to be a doctor. It's a lot of work. It's not cheap. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, crazy,
What's that?
crazy.
It's, you know what, in this day and age, man, anyone can get got, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like
yeah.
seriously, with like,
Mm,
you talk about scam, you talk about
mm,
being
mm,
infiltrated, like trust me,
mm.
man, computers,
Yep,
if you want to be targeted,
yep.
oh,
Which
scary.
again, we'll talk about in Eddington later on, how society
Exactly.
can, is susceptible no matter what level of society you are. We're all susceptible.
Yep. Now
Hmm.
next up is Black Rabbit. So this is this is coming on Netflix. This is a show starring Jude Law and Jason Bateman. Now we know obviously Jude Law, you know, obviously British actor and
Mm.
Oscar nominated and whatnot. Jason Bateman, man, Ozark, great show,
Yep. Yep.
great show, great show, great show. So tell us about this one, Deval.
Yeah. So this one, I think they're brothers. So yeah. So basically, they're brothers. One is trying to be sort of upstanding. Another one's a bit of a criminal, troubled brother.
Mm,
And the troubled brother, who is Jason Bateman, comes into the life of Jude Law,
mm,
and he needs a favor. He needs him to help him, and that is where shit just gets turned upside down.
yeah.
And you get to see how they both enter a world. Jude Law enters a world of criminality, of survival, of just depravity, and
Mm,
it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
oh my gosh.
This does look like a bit of an interesting ride. It does kind
Yeah,
of remind you of, like you mentioned, Ozark, because Ozark was Jason Bateman as
it
a,
was
what was he? Was he some sort of
accountant
accountant? Yeah, that's it, accountant or something like that. He
for
was
the
like an upstanding
cartels.
family guy, and then he
Mm,
got drawn into the cartels and stuff. And so it kind of looks like Jude Law's taken on that role, kind of.
right.
And it looks interesting. This looks like a, and Jason Bateman's he seems to be playing these baddies these days, you know.
Mm.
So we saw him in that airport film with Taron
Carry on,
Egerton,
carry on
Carry On. Yeah, so it looks like he just walked straight off that set into this
into
one.
this one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Mm,
this is coming out. So according to Wiki, this is coming out on September the 18th. So
yes, that's
less than a
correct.
month away.
Yeah, exactly. So interesting. I'm going to watch it. This is on
Yeah,
Netflix, so yeah, I'm down for this one.
we'll definitely watch
It's
it.
episodes actually. It's a series.
It's a
Was it?
series, yeah,
I think so. Or was it a film? Oh, mini series. Okay, so it's a
miniseries.
mini
Yeah, yeah,
series.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Defo,
Okay.
defo. So go check that one out, folks. And now coming up for another season is Fallout.
Mm,
Now, yeah, man. So this is Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime, they have obviously a lot of stuff on their streaming platform, and they have like a few which are the tentpole, like the
yeah.
big hitters, the Gen Vs, the Boys, Invincible,
Mm,
Reacher, and Fallout is another one of those that you could probably say is their big, where they threw a lot of money at this game adaptation, Deval.
yes. Yeah. And you're right. We got The Last of Us.
Oh, so yeah.
We've seen all these kinds of these games turn into really good TV shows and movies and
Mm,
stuff. And this is just another one. So season 2 is looking like it's going to be just another success as season 1.
yeah.
We're going to get a lot more craziness in this futuristic, post-apocalyptic uh, sort of conclusion of a fallout of nuclear weapons that have
Mm,
decimated the world, in which this can actually happen, but obviously not to this level. But you know what I mean.
yeah.
So, but yeah, we've got Ella Purnell who stars in this, and also Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
Exactly, you can't say that other than Southern accent. Gotta say Walton Goggins. You can't say Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. He was
Doesn't work.
in. Did you see the last season of The White Lotus?
I've never seen the White Lotus.
Okay, he was in the third season. He was really good in that. He was actually
Is it
really, yeah, he was good. He was
okay?
decent in that, and he's been around
Okay.
for a long time. Um, Now,
Mm.
how did it end? I can't remember. Did they team up or something by the end of
Yeah,
season one?
reluctant teammates. Yeah, they kind
Right.
of
Okay.
reluctantly got together, worked together, and yeah, they got like a hate relationship, but they need each other kind of thing. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
So when do
yeah,
we know? When is this coming, Deval?
this one's coming out December 17th, so just before
Oh.
Christmas. So yeah, good one for when you're off, or if you're off, and you can just sort of relax and watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely. Yeah. It's definitely worth watching that one.
Mm.
Now this final one. Now is it anemone? Anemone.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Is it a
I think
cell? Isn't it a cell or something? Is it a cell in the body or something? Or
is it
I've no
teacher
idea.
teach
I've no idea.
teach. You do know, man.
Oh, is he's back?
Daniel Day. Yeah,
Because
Daniel Day Lewis.
I thought he'd retired.
That's what I thought too. Daniel Day Lewis is back with Aninon
You
or
know,
Aninone, or I don't know, but
you
yeah, he's
know, this
back.
is gonna be when this
Mm.
if something brings him out of retirement.
And he's not just back. So he's back in the starring role with Sean Bean. Also, he wrote and directed this too. So the
Uh,
Oscars are going to be there because
trust
it's
me.
him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
The
oh no,
last
sorry, it's
time.
directed. Sorry, no, sorry, I stand corrected. He co-wrote this with his brother, Ronan Day Lewis. So his
Oh,
brother directed this, Ronan Day Lewis.
Rivaldo, he hasn't made a movie since 2017.
What, the Phantom Thread or something? Is
Yeah,
that the one?
like this
Mm,
guy, he's a bit of a reclusive, right? He only lends his face to
yeah.
something.
He's old school. Old school actors like this. It's like they don't do interviews. You don't see them on TikTok and whatever. They
Mm,
come, do their job, and go. Don't need to
mm.
know about me. I'm here to act. You don't need to
Trust,
know about me. Leave me
trust me.
alone. You know what I mean? That's it.
This guy's won three Oscars. Like he's won like for the best actor three
Mm,
three.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Perfect.
he knows his shit. He knows what
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
This
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Day Lewis. But yeah, this trailer, I don't know what it's well, I can tell you what it's about roughly. So family bonds between fathers, sons, and brothers are
Mm,
explored as complex relationships unfold through personal journeys and generational conflicts. So
mm.
this drama, the trailer, it reminds me of the Lighthouse kind of vibe.
Right,
You know,
gotcha.
with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
It's very like dark and dreary. I think it's probably filmed in Ireland. I think so. I don't know.
Mm,
I wouldn't be surprised. But it almost looks like a theatre setting, but on
yep.
film. Looks very intimate, very personal, very lots of symbolism there. See a big fish. Yeah, I think it is set in Ireland. It could be set during the conflict, post-conflict, or something, because There's images of war. He's got guns. He's got like a soldier's hat. He's got so I think there's around the sort of conflict time. So that's what I think it could be. So this is going to be an interesting film. This is going to be an interesting film. This is out in October the 10th.
Yeah, produced by Brad Pitt's company.
There you go. Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting film. I think I said that already enough times, so I'll stop saying that now. Yeah. So
interesting. Let's keep an eye on that one, folks. All right, those are your trailers. Go check them out, and remember, tag us if you see any of those trailers at the Flixters so that we know that you're watching them. All right, let's do Anniversary Corner. Now, this movie ties into the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. So this is from 10 years ago, 2015. Have you ever met an irrational person? Now, irrational.
I do a podcast with one every week.
I fell straight into that one. I don't think I've met, irrational. Generally, though, Deval, when we kind of we meet reasonable people. Like, I don't think I've ever met someone who's been like, no, this is totally wrong, or like, crazy, mad stuff. But they're out there. The crazies, they're out there. Irrational people. Yeah. They believe in something which is not real.
I agree, but I also disagree with the interpretation of that, because I think I have met irrational people, and I don't think they are extrovertly irrational. Sometimes the subtle things or certain ideologies that they have that they just are fixed on, and the irrationality of how they come to that conclusion, it doesn't make rational sense to the majority. But for them, they really believe in that, and they cannot sway. They cannot, come out of that worldview. So I think sometimes irrational people, they exist. I think we all have a bit of irrationality, actually, all of us, or call it stubbornness or whatever. But when that consumes you and it makes other people, it affects other people, I think that's when you really got to, try and take a step back and review yourself. But in this film, Irrational Man, it's directed by Woody Harrelson, written by Woody Allen. Woody Allen, writer, director, stars Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone, Parker Posey. And this is basically about a tormented philosophy teacher, or professor, I should say, who basically finds a will to live when he commits an existential act. So he's committed something bad, and he still has to carry on living. I'll read a bit about it, just a little bit. A new philosophy professor arrives in a small town, so a bit of an Eddington link there, near Newport, Rhode Island. His name, Abe Lucas. His reputation, bad. Abe is said to be a womanizer and alcoholic, but what people do not know is that he is a delusional idealist. Since he became aware of an inability to change the world, he has indeed been living in a state of deep nihilism and arrogant desperation. In class, he only goes through the motions, and outside he drinks too much. So he's got a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. But as far as sex is concerned, he's just a shadow of himself. The depression is now synonymous with Viagra, so substance misuse. So a bit of a really tormented character because he didn't get his way, basically. So very irrational, but an interesting, and this kind of links us to the main film. What you think of an idea, how you want the world to be. If you can't get it to be that way, what are you willing to do? How will it change you? How will it? Do you know what I mean? Will you become irrational?
Have you heard of those? They're called the flat earthers.
Yeah.
They are adamant.
Yeah.
They are flipping adamant that the earth is flat. So, and there's people, and we'll get into the kind of our main movie, because this is going to nicely leading into that. People believed about, obviously, the vaccinations for COVID, that there were things were going to happen to them. So there's all that stuff going on to, about that irrationality, and where does that come from? You're right. There's a whole psychological thing. Interestingly,
Devada, one thing worse than a flat earther, though. That's a flat asser. You mean a flat asser?
No way.
A flat
you do not want a flat asser.
You run. You run. There's no.
Okay,
See,
where's this?
just when we were getting intellectual and we were raising the bar.
Oh,
You
hey,
see,
you know what? It's great. You
man.
bring it all down. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, look, what I was going to say was Woody Allen. Now it's so funny, right? Because you mentioned that this is directed by Woody Allen, and you said because Woody Allen in his personal life, he's gone through some. Remember, he's been accused of
Yeah.
like abuse, and
Yeah.
and you said in your kind of intro to this movie was like, he's done something, but he doesn't accept it.
That's like him. Didn't he marry his stepdaughter or
or,
something,
or
or
something, or no,
something
yeah,
like
and
that?
then
Or
he denies that anything happened or whatever. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I'm putting it. I'm not putting it out there. It's already out there,
Mm,
but we'll see what happens. Okay, so listen, look, this leads us nicely into Eddington, a 2025 movie. You know, really, really interesting cast. We've got Joaquin Phoenix, who you just mentioned, Emma Stone, who you just mentioned, Divaldo.
mhm.
They were in Irrational Man. They're in this movie. Pedro Pascal and Deval. You know what, Pedro? Honestly,
He's
Deval,
everywhere,
this
man. What the
guy.
heck?
I turned to my left. Oh, Pedro Pascal. That's all right. It's like
Yeah.
everywhere I look, in all the movies. For the last couple of years now, he's been in so many things, and he's in this movie as well. So those are the kind of the three main big stars, and and obviously the movie's littered with other great actors and everything like that. But Deval, set us up. Why is this link to Irrational Man?
Yeah, so Eddington, directed by and written by Ari Aster, who we know from Hereditary,
Yep.
Midsommar, Beau is Afraid, that also starred Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm.
So this is basically set in May 2020. And what happened in May 2020? What do we know about the world in May 2020?
The big C word.
Exactly. So coronavirus, COVID, there was lockdown, there was lots of irrationality in the world, there was lots of uh, skepticism, there was lots of what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Conspiracy theories as well.
Mm.
Lots of that going on around the world. And Eddington is a small town in New Mexico, which is actually Avi Aster grew up in New Mexico in a sort of similar environment, he said.
Yeah.
So that's why he based the film in New Mexico. And Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff of this town, and the town is going through changes. A mayor's being voted in and stuff like that, in amongst the world and this town called Eddington being on lockdown, and there's lots of people, being affected by it. We're all in this town. Everyone's on social media, looking at news and so on, and thinking, "Oh, what is this? Is this actually a real virus? Is it not?" And people have their views. People are wearing masks. Some people are not wearing masks.
Exactly.
And there's one quick scene. I'll quickly mention it. One quick scene where Joaquin Phoenix, the sheriff, goes into the shop. He's not wearing a mask, and people are berating him for not
Yeah.
wearing a mask.
Tell
He's
him
the
to get out.
sheriff. Exactly. So it's like he is saying he's fine. He's fine. People are saying, no, you cannot come in here and buy any food without a mask. Is it irrational? Is it people being extra? Is it control from the government? Is it, all these things that we all went through? This
Yeah.
is basically a I guess a depiction of the wider country, but focused in a really small town with really interesting characters that all have a backstory.
Yeah.
That's where the film really sort of sets off. That's where it starts out, really.
Mm.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
also you got Emma Stone in there, who's his wife. Like you mentioned, Pedro Pascal he's going for mayor, so he's a big sort of figure in the town. You got another person, Michael Ward, who's a sort of deputy,
Yeah.
who's actually going through some stuff at the moment. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but he's going through allegations at the moment. Yeah, going through
Mm.
allegations. So I'm not going to obviously say because this is not our. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's true or not, but allegations
Exactly.
like you hear of lots of celebrities when it comes to man and woman,
Mm.
and he's going through these allegations at the moment. So his name's been in the news, and
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with him.
You
But
know,
yeah, so
the thing that surprised me the most, though, and I'll about the tonal shift in terms of
mm,
Ari Aster. So we watched Hereditary, we
mm,
watched Midsommar, and I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, but I think
oh,
for me, when you say Ari Aster, I was thinking more of a kind of like a horror-ish
horror,
type of a movie.
same. Same,
Now,
same.
to some people, COVID was a kind of like a whole big horror story.
Mm,
Like, people weren't allowed to do this and people weren't allowed to do that. And then as I was watching the movie Devoured, I thought, no, there's got to be some sort of kind of supernatural element to this kind of going
mm,
on, because the music at some points was a bit ominous as well. And the way the movie
mm,
started, when the movie starts off, we see this guy, he's just like walking around
mm,
shouting off the top of his head. And I thought, oh, maybe this is connected to stuff. But all I will say is I thought the acting was top notch. It was superb. Like Joaquin Phoenix Deval, have you noticed this guy? He really when he goes into a character or into a role, he really embodies that role.
mm. Oh
You
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
Joker,
Mm, mm,
he played like that version of a Joker. That was amazing. I've seen him in other stuff as well, which I thought, he's been really, really good. Him playing the sheriff, a bit schlubby, a bit kind of goofy, doesn't know
mm,
what's going on. And, he's like what you said, on one side, you've got the camp, which is like, no, put your mask on. And he's definitely on the other side of that camp, which is like, hey, like, why do I have to put my mask on? Like, I'm okay. And then in the movie, he says, okay, I want to be the mayor. I want to run for mayor as well. And then there's this kind of, he's at loggerheads with Pedro Pascal's kind of character.
mm.
Um,
What did you
I,
think of it?
I, so as I was watching the movie, so number one, I thought the movie was too long. That was number
Okay,
one.
2 hours and 2.5 was it? I think.
It was a 2 hour, it was a chunk of change as well.
Mm,
So I just thought, so I was waiting for things to get going, if I'm
mm,
being honest. So I was like, okay, yeah, I see Joaquin Phoenix and he's on this side of the fence and Pedro Pascal's on this side of the fence. And then we've got these
mm,
peripheral characters. I thought the stuff about the kind of the mum-in-law, his Joaquin Phoenix's mum-in-law,
mm.
with the whole the conspiracy theories
Yes.
and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I
Yeah.
thought that was all interesting because you
Yeah.
do get that. Like,
Yeah.
when it was the
I was going to
pandemic.
say, yeah, I think that represented lots of people's surroundings and family, because you get one person that's like really on for the rules. You
Yeah.
get some other people that are like conspiracy theorists, and you get people in between as well. And
Mm,
and everyone is really vocal about what they believe at that time. And that,
mm,
I experienced that. And I think also, just to quickly jump in as well, we had the sort of the ominous background data center, well, like the
yes.
corporate
The
sort
big
of
corp.
influence. Yeah. And do you remember at the time of the sort of lockdown, we had like, there was, the 5G,
Oh,
5G being
the
put up, and
masts.
yes, and data. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these tech things that were happening, and
Mm,
people felt that was also affecting us as well.
yeah,
But so in
yeah.
this film, you have like a backdrop of, okay, this data company are coming to this small town. Are they involved in what's happening?
In
Like,
what's going
what's
on.
their part? And they're very shadowy. You don't really hear from them, to be honest,
No.
until the end, I think. But
Yeah,
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 sorry,
yeah.
you're saying.
And also, no, all I was going to say was there was one interesting bit she said. She goes, there's a bit in the movie where he's reading out. She says to him, the mother-in-law says to him, I'll read out that thing, which is on the website. And apparently somewhere they mentioned COVID and coronavirus 2 years
Mm,
before we actually saw coronavirus. The World Health Organization. And she says,
oh, okay, okay.
she, so,
Is
so
it?
she, yeah, and I was looking online, and I thought, hang on a second, let me just, like, this is the way that I started going
Mm,
down the rabbit hole, and there was a mention of a coronavirus
mm,
years before we actually saw coronavirus.
mm.
Now,
But
if
is
you
that something to do with SARS or something, or the type of virus it is? Because I
SARS,
heard that
COVID, or
the type of virus it is, the reason why it's called coronavirus is the shape of the virus and how it clings onto other cells. Because like a corona, like a crown. That's what I
mm,
heard. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know, to be
yeah,
honest.
exactly. And then it's like, but what I'm trying to say is, like, people out there in the world will latch onto that
Mm,
and be
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
see, I
yeah,
told you, I
yeah,
told you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, so that stuff for me was interesting. I get what Ari was trying to say. He's trying to say, look, these small towns in America, or there could be
Mm,
small towns in England where you have these different, conflicting, um, ideologies,
yeah.
and they bleed out into kind of, the wider picture.
Yeah.
On a side note, the Black Lives Matter stuff, I
Just gonna
thought,
say, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what, I found that really, really funny and
yeah,
interesting. So like white people getting really worked up about this
yeah,
sort of stuff.
yeah,
And, I just found it, and that's so true.
yeah. Because like when it happened, I think he was trying to show that people will latch on to anything when they've got nothing else to do, or when they feel like they should latch onto something,
Yeah.
an idea or some sort of movement, whereas before they didn't have any interest in it.
No,
You know what I
nothing.
mean? It's like in Eddington, this small town where I think I think they showed that there was nothing of that nature happening,
No.
but people were saying, "Oh, you're this and you're that," like because they've seen it. And I think Ari Aster was saying that this idea of this film was partly born from the fact that when COVID happened, he found himself doom scrolling on Twitter, like just scrolling, 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 and he saw how that had an effect on him and his mind, and how people were, interacting on social media, and how people just, yeah, just latching onto things and felt really, really irrational or passionate, however you want to say it, and
Yeah.
are willing to act on what they believe.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, your experience of COVID is going to be 100% different to mine, because over
Mm,
here in Australia, it was way different to the
okay.
UK, man.
Mm,
There was like obviously in 2020 there was like a small little bit of a lockdown, but even then people were still able to kind of go out and stuff. So, but for the UK, it was like a massive hotbed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just thinking, when you saw the movie, was it
It
like, were there a lot
reminded
of
me.
similarities?
Yeah, the whole 6 feet apart, and when you go to like the shop to buy, your shopping, groceries, or
Mm,
whatever you want to call it, you had to go in bit by bit. You couldn't just go
yeah,
in there and down each aisle. You had to space yourself out. It was. When you think about it now, it was weird. And obviously wearing masks as well.
yeah.
Some people wearing masks and not covering their mouth at the
No,
start of the film.
with the
Joaquin,
noses showing.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
covering
yeah.
their nose. So yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
I think, is it even worth it? Like, what is that?
Mm,
So lots of things did remind me of 2020. So it's an interesting film, and I think the whole film does take time to kick in. Yes, it
yeah,
does take time to kick in, but I think the film is kind of like, it looks at social commentary, it looks at
yeah,
human nature, it looks at
yeah,
how
totally.
human nature is now and how we respond to things. Like we talked about Fantastic Four a few weeks ago, and how society in that film responded to what was going on. And
Mm,
society was different. There was no social media then.
no,
So society then, you'll see, was quite different in how they respond. But now, when shit happens, society will respond differently, because social media is its own animal and will drive people's emotions. And the tech companies need, they also influence that
massive.
divisiveness as well, because it
Massive.
helps
They
them.
thrive on that, like Facebook and
Exactly.
Twitter and
Yeah.
everything. They thrive
And
on that kind of difference.
yeah, and then you've got also the animalistic side of human nature, which is, okay, when all shit, all the safeguards are off, we're going to kill each other. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? It's like, that's the animalistic side. That's the caveman side of us that's been there from day one, where
true.
social constraints, legal is all out the window. I'm going to revert to my most, natural form, which is to hurt you. And that's what we see in the
Yes.
film as well. We see
Yeah,
that happen, and that just happens just like that.
I
There's
know.
no conversation, there's no nothing. It just, boom, I'm back to my sort of
Like base
primal self.
instincts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, it is definitely interesting. Like I said before, for me, it was just like, okay, I want to. I didn't. There was just something maybe missing,
Mm,
and it's got all that talent on the screen, and they kind of portray those characters really, really well. So,
yeah.
um, I guess probably for me, maybe if I go watch this movie again back in 5 years' time, I will definitely have a different experience. Just like the same way that Deval, you and I, when we look back at 2020, when it's 2030, we're going to look
Mm,
back at COVID and we're going to be like, holy shit,
mm,
do you remember that
mm,
thing
mm.
that happened
Just
10
the
years
same
ago?
way that in 2020, everyone was watching Contagion, which came out in 2011, and that
Yes.
talks about a virus, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, this film came out all this time ago," but the film was got massive views in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah. I still, you know what? No joke, man. I still kind of think to myself, imagine like in the next 10 years' time, 20 years' time, when and there will be another COVID, there will be man, it will happen, man, because it's just kind of like nature.
mm,
Whether it happens in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, I just wonder what kind of what it will be like.
Yeah, sorry to say, but you could be right there, and who knows what the next novel, disease or virus might be, constructed from some lab to try and weaponize a sort of weapon, and it's gone, it's gone AWOL.
It's gone rogue. It's gone rogue.
That's right.
Could it be something like where everyone, when you're infected, you end up having a flat ass?
Oh my God!
Shit,
Can you
I'm
imagine
sorry.
that?
We just lowered
Can
it.
you imagine what that would be like?
Oh
Oh
man,
my
it's the
gosh!
worst. I don't even want to
There'd be
think
no
of a
more rap
world with
videos, There'd be no more rap
no more
videos.
baby got back.
Nah, no, 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 no. No more.
So listen, look, folks, go check it out. If you do get a chance to go watch it, please tag us at the Flixters.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think if you do watch it. Maybe your take on it was different, because obviously people around the world will watch this movie Divaldo and they'll be like, oh my gosh, it's still pretty raw because they lost members of their family
Yeah, exactly.
during,
Yeah, yeah.
like, this was real shit.
True.
This
True.
isn't some made up stuff. This happened,
True.
COVID. So we'll see what happens. So Divaldo, that's the end of the episode. What have
Yep.
we got coming up over the next couple of weeks or something? Any major?
Well, the Loki film, that's out.
Loki.
What's it called? The Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck. Yes.
Yeah, Life of Chuck is out. Zach Roth said it's really good, actually.
Okay, I want to.
Really
yeah,
good.
I've heard some good stuff about it.
Yeah, so that's out. So I want to see that. What else is out that's big in the cinema at the moment? I can't remember anything else being released as yet. The Conjuring comes out in a couple of weeks, so that's not here yet. The Toxic Avenger, that's out next week.
Right.
We do have The Long Walk, that's out next week. So
Stephen King.
Stephen King, so possibly be reviewing that. Also, I think Highest to Lowest might be out next week.
Denzel. Spike Lee.
Spike
Lee, I've got to watch that one.
So that could be one that we review next week. So we've got a few options. Yeah, we've got a few options for next week, I think.
Absolutely. All right, listen, we're going to be wrapping up. But Deval, before we wrap up, I just want to say, I'm going to give you a couple of film quotes. I want you to tell me where these film quotes come from.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Predator.
Close. You are, even before I said it, you're really close. You secure that shit, Hudson.
Aliens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you want it? What alien movie is this? Where do you want it?
She's like,
where do you want it? The reason why, you know what? The only reason, this is our outro stuff, by the way. I saw the first 3 episodes of Alien Earth. Man, I really like it.
Yeah.
However, whilst I was watching it, Divaldo, I was thinking to myself the same thing that you thought. Why the hell, when the alien was there, why did the brother just hang around? What?
Episode 1 was good.
Yes.
Episode 2, they started acting stupid, and these kids, these synth kids, they get on my nerves.
Oh my! What's going on?
Like kids that are me and you, them two.
Yes.
Them two that are me and you.
The guy, the giggling, they're always laughing, and I was just like, "What the hell's going on?" You know who's really good? The synthetic one, the evil synthetic
one.
Cyborg. Oh man, yeah, he's really good.
He's got a deep story. I don't want to know what it. I want to know what it is. He just seems brooding and like on the job,
But she rips an alien in half. Man, is that even?
That's Kyle Chandler's daughter, Kyle Chandler
from he was in Godzilla.
And a bunch of stuff, yeah.
And I'm like, shit, boy. All right, okay. Anyway, so that was our outro.
We'll talk about it more next week.
Next week, when let's watch the next. We'll watch the next episode and everything. So we'll kind of keep I'll keep an eye on that one. All right, see you in the next one then.
All right, next week. Peace out.